Hey YouTube, sorry it's been so long since my last video, but I've been super busy with life. I've got a pickups video today, all gaming related, not necessarily all games, but the other things are definitely gaming related. And it ranges from the ZX Spectrum all the way through to current gen of the PlayStation 4. So as ever, I'm going to start from the earliest system, which is the Spectrum, and go through the game. So bear with me. Okay, so I've got two games for the Spectrum. One is Finders Keepers, which is a little adventure game. The king, apparently in this, is forgotten it's his daughter's birthday and sends you off as this knight to go and find her the gift. What a lazy father. But yeah, it's got like a Disney kind of aesthetic. I tested it, it boots up fine, plays okay, seems really interested, and I've heard a lot of people mention about this game. So as ever, I think you guys do the same sort of thing. You'll go on to YouTube and just type into Google unheard of games for the Spectrum or whatever system it might be. And this one comes up a fair bit, so yeah, seems okay. I'll give that one a blast. The next one is Donkey Kong, which needs no introduction really. Not a bad conversion actually for the Spectrum. Boot it up, find it bloody hard. I only played it for probably about 30 minutes. This is going to sound bad, but I still couldn't get to the top of the platforms and rescue. What's she called? It's not Peach in this, is it? But it's just the princess. But yeah, there's those two games. Now the next game isn't really a new purchase, it's more of an upgrade, and that's for the Super Nintendo, and that is Archie McLean's Super Drop Zone. Now, I've had this one a fair while, but the version I'll show up there is my old game, and it literally looks like the dog's taking a massive bite out of it. There's a huge piece missing from there and there, as you'll see on the game, and yeah, it always irked me that that was in such bad condition, but saw this online on Fleabay and yeah, had to get it, so got this one, and so the old game. There's that one. The next item isn't a game per se, but of an amazing soundtrack, and that is for Tempest on the Jaguar. Now, I'm not the world's biggest Jaguar fan. I remember my friend Andrew getting this, and this was back when we had the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drives and things like that, just prior to the PlayStation coming out, and he was banging on about this being 32-bit and how amazing it was and blah 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 blah. And got around there, and I found the Jaguar painfully disappointing. I felt the controller was ridiculous, the games were really lackluster. But in saying that, once you play Tempest, it was so addictive. And the soundtrack for it was excellent, and this is what I've got here, and it's basically just trance, techno. Some of it's really cheesy, but some of it's really, really, really good. And this CD is quite hard to find, so I had this in my search on eBay for quite a while, and yeah, managed to find it. Next game pickup is for the PlayStation 1. Now, I haven't really been collecting for the PlayStation 1 very long, and it's nothing I'm really putting my heart and soul into, but I'm constantly learning more games that have come out for the library and discovering more and more and more. And this is one of them. The Adventure of Monkey Hero. Now, I saw Burnout Culture, Mark picked this up in a few videos ago, and I was watching it, I was thinking, no, it's like Monkey Magic from back in the day, which I used to absolutely love. The old retro Japanese fantasy live action show, terribly dubbed, but fantastic. Where you sort of and then jump up onto a cloud and fly off. But yeah, I couldn't believe they actually made a game of this, so I had to get it. Cheap as chips. Looks quite interesting. Hasn't got great reviews, hasn't got terrible reviews, but like any game, I'll make my own judgment for it. And yeah, really looking forward to playing this one. And it's just come out now, if you're interested in any sort of modern games. I think it's coming out for the PlayStation 5, maybe the PS4 actually, and the Xbox One, and then the new Xbox and PC. But it's a game called Journey to the West, and it's based on the same sort of mythology as this, and it looks absolutely stunning. Go and check it out. Just Google it. Journey to the West. 13-minute trailer. It looks stunning. If you're interested, anyway, I know I am. Well, the next thing is a peripheral stroke system. Now, I know when this was announced, loads of us, including myself, whoa, I couldn't wait to get it. I was really intrigued, but apparently when it was released, it had a bit of negative press. And that's the SNK Neo Geo Mini. But I got this with 2 controllers, the black one, excuse me, and the white one, for £50, and it came with the leads that connected it to the TV and the power. And I didn't think I was too bad for 50. Again, I'm a huge fan of the arcades and Neo Geo, what they did back then with the fighting games and things like that. And I must say, I really enjoyed it. I was playing up here a couple of weeks ago now, and I just loved it. Samurai Showdown. What's the other big ones on there? Art of Fighting. Not Last Ninja. Last Blade, and it even has this old soccer game that I used to love playing. I can't remember it at the moment, but I used to love going in there, and it would zoom in when you scored a goal, and yeah, it doesn't play that well now, but the fighting games are really good. And what do I think of this? It's a good little machine. I can see that it's disappointing that you can't actually take it around with you, but arguably you could get like a battery power pack and just stick that in and take that away with you, and it plays really well. The screen's actually really good, the small screen, but I do think the biggest letdown is when you put it up onto the big TV, the HD TV. It looks quite smeary and blurry, and I'm sure that they could have done a little bit better with the emulation there to just bring the clarity out there, and that's a little bit disappointing. So I'm enjoying it. Will I keep it? Maybe at the moment, yes, I'm really enjoying it. The controllers are lovely. They're an absolute must. I mean, you can't just stick with this little thing, and you don't have the little micro switches in there either, but then you don't on the controllers. But yeah, for £50, I'm happy with it, and I'm still playing it, so that's good. Next I've got a peripheral for the Dreamcast. Now, the Dreamcast is an arcade machine through and through, and what I really wanted for this was a steering wheel. So I did a little bit of research. There wasn't many that got really conclusive good reviews, but I saw this on eBay, and it's the Thrustmaster, the old Ferrari edition. Sponsored and, given the thumbs up by Ferrari. Got this through, and it came with the pedals. It's boxed. The box is up in the loft. I'll put it up there. Couldn't wait to play Crazy Taxi and what's it called? The Ferrari game by Yu Suzuki F3. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't work. And if you guys can help me with this, I've taken the bottom off, thinking that, I can look in there and see obviously what's wrong, but it looks absolutely mint and lovely in there. Basically, the issue with it is it permanently has a steering going to the left, so the car, as soon as you boot it up, is constantly doing a donut to the left, and if you're on an option screen, say a horizontal option screen, it'll just be going left to right all the time. So there's got to be something to do with like a sticky button or something. I don't know. And if any of you guys can help me with that would be greatly appreciated. The buttons work fine, the pedal works fine, And yeah, I got my money back. Anyway, I explained to the seller that sadly it doesn't work, and I took a little video, and you know, I've got good feedback, so he was really sound with me anyway, and so I got a full refund, but that was a real shame. So I've got a steering wheel that doesn't work. But hey ho, I'll keep looking. And for the same system, I've got a Japanese release game for the Dreamcast, and it's called Frame Grid. And it's by From Software, who are one of my top developers at the moment. I love the Dark Souls games, etc. But this is like a mech fighter, and it's got really good reviews. I don't think you need to know Japanese in order to play it. I suppose it'll help. But yeah, it's basically a mech fighter. I haven't booted it up yet. My shame, but I will go there one day. Soon. Maybe. Jumping onto the PlayStation 2 now. And can you believe it? I never owned, I played and completed all of them, mind. Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Played and completed them all on my friends' machines. Although this one I played on the Xbox when I got back from Australia. I bought an Xbox and played a few exclusives, and this was on my list to play. San Andreas, this was fantastic. So was Vice City. That one, but yeah, didn't own them. Cheap as chips, so no big dramas there. And the other game for the PlayStation 2 is Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. Now, the Onimusha games I saw when I owned my GameCube, and they look fantastic. They absolutely look fantastic. And I recently played the first one, Onimusha Warlords, on the PlayStation 2, probably a couple of months ago now, 3 months ago, and it was brilliant. Basically like a Resident Evil, you know what it's like a Resident Evil, but with samurai and ancient Japan instead of zombies, and yeah, really, really enjoyed it. So looking forward to playing the next two games in the series, and then I believe this is the fourth one. Is it the third one with Gene Russo from Leon? I believe, isn't it? Next is, right, moving on to the more modern things now, and a game for the 3DS, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I did buy Monster Hunter 4 Generations, or Monster Hunter Generations, but apparently this has the much better single player. I'm not interested in multiplayer, especially seeing the servers or whatever are probably down for this now. Maybe they're not, I don't know. But this apparently does have a very decent single player, and I've always kind of wanted to get into the Monster Hunter games. I've got it on the Wii, and I've got it on the Wii U. But yeah, it's supposed to be very good on this on the 3DS. So looking forward to playing that. Oh, no, I'll do this one first. I'm not really into my toys, but every now and again I'll see a toy that I just have to get. And this is a little gaming related one. It's a little Tanuki Mario suit for Mario Kart, and I used to build a Tanuki on the 3DS version of Mario Kart and on Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and yeah, I just got that one. I am enamored by Yoshi, but yeah, this is the guy I used to be, so I got that one. And the next thing's a bit big, this one. As I said earlier, I'm into my Dark Souls. So in the games room, I've got a very bare wall, and I picked up this, which is basically a map of the Dark Souls, original Dark Souls world. And yeah, I think it's excellent, because in the game you don't really get a map, so you can't, and it's very kind of puzzle-like, Escher-like, you labyrinth-like. You'll sort of go around one place, and then hours and hours and hours later you'll come to a different zone, and then you open a door and you'll end up back in a previous. The world design in these games are absolutely fantastic, and I think Dark Souls 1 is the pinnacle of that. And yeah, it's one of my favourite games of all time. Dark Souls, now up there with Castlevania 4 and Zelda Link to the Past. Love it. Anyway, got that for the wall. Right, moving on to the modern ones now. modern systems, PlayStation 3. I think I've almost, I keep saying this, I think I've almost got everything I want, but then with the PlayStation 3 library, there's all these little games that come about, and Eddie Rollercore, he's a man that just introduces you to so many more games, but maybe more of that in a subsequent upcoming video. But I've got Syndicate. I believe this is based on the games of old, which I played on the Super Nintendo, where you're building a cyborg. Although I remember in that, aren't you building like a team of cyborgs? But anyway, yeah, this has got quite good reviews. The Simpsons game, which I only thought the best Simpsons game was Simpsons Hit and Run for the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. But this one I never even knew about, but apparently it's very, very good. Give it a bash. Afro Samurai. Love the anime with Samuel Jackson. The anime is really, really good. Very moody, as you can imagine, and violent and sweary with Samuel Jackson. But yeah, this looks quite good. I can't remember what channel I saw this on, but yeah, I like the look of it. It's not supposed to be an amazing game, but I'll give it a bash. It's like a 3D hack and slash. And this one, yeah, Warhammer Space Marine. And again, I didn't even know this existed for the PS3, and I thought it was quite au fait with its library, but evidently not. But again, this is supposed to be quite good. Cheap as chips. All the a majority of the PS3 games and the Xbox 360s are cheap as chips. Moving on to the last system now, the PS4. I've got Metro Exodus. I played Metro New Light on the PS3. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was very atmospheric, really technologically impressive as well for the system. So I'm hoping for similar things with this one. Dying Light. This is like the enhanced version. So it's I don't know what's in here. Yeah, just more bits to it, but I love my zombie games, so looking forward to playing that one. And this one seems to be holding its value quite well. This is Surge 2. I played the first one on the PS4 and enjoyed it-ish, but it was a little bit frustrating and clunky. Hoping for better things with this one, and some of the reviews suggest that will be the case. It's more polished, but it's another game from the sort of Dark Souls universe. It's very tricky. You have to go back. If you lose your life, you have to get back there to earn your currency again, or it's gone forever. But in the Surge games, what was quite good, you could target in on an enemy and go for their head, their arms, or their legs, or their torso. And a lot of the baddies had different pieces of armour attached to all those limbs and the torso and head, and you would use those elements to upgrade your system and armour, etc. So you'd be quite tactical on how you would attack the enemy and what you would try to reap from it. But yeah, looking forward to playing that one. Apparently it's a little bit better than the first one, so we'll see. And the last one is, didn't hear of this till about a month or so ago, Subnautica for the PlayStation 4, and apparently this is that cover looks really quite cutesy, but apparently it's really, really atmospheric, and yeah, it gets quite scary and intimidating apparently sometimes. Playing a deep sea diver, but I think it's got like a slight survival horror aspect to it, although that cover kind of poorly communicates that. But anyway, yeah, looking forward to playing that one. As I've said before in other videos, I really love my horror games, so... And that's it. So take it easy, YouTube. Thank you for watching, and maybe see you again sometime.